Hello and welcome to a Le Mans Ultimate race, where today we are racing around Portimao in our LMGT, not freeze, but the LME cars today, which has posed a little bit of difficulty for quite a lot of people because this particular session we're used to driving GT3 cars, which have all the benefits of such as ABS and lots of electronics, whilst these are more raw. And people, including myself, have made mistakes on them, so this could be quite an interesting race. We are starting in 16th position, so I'm hoping we can gain some positions, although looking at the qualifying, people are quite close, so this could potentially be a wreck fest. I'm hoping it won't be, but we'll have to see how it goes. I'm hoping to go forward, but we can go quite literally in any direction at the moment.
Green flag.
Not the best start I've ever had, but then again, it is an Aston Martin behind us, which notoriously quick, except for that one. That one's not quick. That one's very slow. Oh, is it 3 wide there, maybe? Very aggressive start there. I mean, that is something I probably do need to work on myself, is getting more aggressive on the race starts, but I tend to have the mantra of, I mean, to finish first you have to finish, but also I don't want to make too much of a mistake and take someone out, but obviously it's not. And I have noticed something. It does feel like we're in an Aston Martin race. I didn't notice this to begin with, but it seems like everyone in this race is using Aston Martin. Obviously that's not quite the case. I do see some Porsches, but on the relative, everyone's in Aston Martin, so oh boy, that's going to be fun. Should also be fun though, me actually paying attention to what's going on. That would be ideal. Oy, 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 oy. I mean, not as bad as that guy, but not amazing. So, racing the Aston Martin, so they are quicker on the straight, in my experience. I am a little bit better on the brakes. So, it's basically this is my experience. It may not be quite true, but the balance of power might be slightly off, but in my mind, the Porsche are better on the corners and brakes, whilst the Astons are better on the straights. Which is probably completely rubbish, but that's how my brain says it. Is the Porsches are more nimble and the Astons have just got the bigger engine. Don't ask me where I got the information from. I could have pulled it completely out of thin air, but hey ho. That's completely cook off right tyre, left tyre in fact, not right tyre. Good, it's good to know that I can tell my left and rights today. I am very proud of myself. Obviously that's not entirely true. There we go. Using the superior braking of the Porsche there. Whoa, okay, that's a wreck. This is a big one. There's like 5 people off the track there. Okay, okay, we got some people cutting the grass. I mean, why not? That really did unsettle the car in front of us there. He did not expect that. And I don't really blame him. I mean, there's safe entry on the track and then there's just a side to cut across. Not the biggest fan of the fact that my hand kind of covered the entire car ahead of me, so I couldn't see what he was doing. So if he was slaying his brakes on there, I couldn't see him. Whoa! That was a move. I mean, all credit to the car behind, but that really unsettled me because I was not expecting to see that dive bomb. That was a dive bomb from a whole mile away. That will mean though he's probably quite likely to do the exact same thing to me, so I've got to keep my wits about me now. I mean, that Aston Martin clearly does want to finish. Maybe. Maybe he doesn't. More cars up in front of us. I drove that quite deep there. I don't know how I feel about this race because I'm used to being surrounded by Porsches, and particularly the T-Rex one tends to be driven by people that tend to be much more aggressive than I am. So it makes a change by the actual Porsches being replaced with Astons, but seeing the quality of racecraft around here doesn't fill me with confidence at the moment. Yeah, I mean, I'm usually quite good on the brakes there, so that dive bomb probably, well, that overtaking was never going to happen. I should say, just want a dive bomb at all. This one is an interesting one. Ah, there's a Porsche behind us. Thank you. Hello, fellow Porsche. Oh, I don't know why I did that for. That was stupid. That was actually the zero IQ method. That was. How about on a flat out corner we don't go flat out and we yeah, that obviously went so well there. Okay. I mean, let's just follow Mr. Aggressive and see how that goes. I mean, don't get me wrong, I completely invited him in there, but he didn't have to take it. Ugh. Maybe a little bit too much curb was taken there. Perhaps. Ugh. I mean, the second half of that lap, apart from the previous two corners, was actually not too bad, but yeah, it does seem as we are now playing a game of follow leader behind the two Astons. I assume Mr. Orange is quicker, but is he going to make his famous move here? No, he's not. Oh. Had a look in the inside and got it. He must have scared him off a little bit. Scared him off the apex. That's definitely more than scaring him off the apex. That was, I'm taking the apex whether you like it or not. Oh, we're going for a cutback. Didn't quite happen. I broke quite early there, considerably early, considering, yeah, I had a feeling something that might happen. Had a feeling. Now, if you're wondering why I didn't go for the move there and get close enough so I can kind of capitalise on it, my assumption, I could be very wrong, but seeing how aggressive he has been, he's not going to take too kindly to that. And he might make it a very daring move, which could take both of them out. I mean, I've said that quite a lot in other races and it doesn't happen, but maybe I just don't have that much confidence in other drivers. That's probably quite true.
That time was a 1:47.24.
Yeah. There it goes. Knew a move like that was going to happen. I mean, the whole point of overtaking is to do it cleanly, not to do that, but, well... Oh my god, okay. That was not what I was expecting to happen, but we'll go with it. I do say, I do really like the sound of the Aston, compared to the Porsche at least. Much nicer sounding engine. Now I gotta see if I can get around him though. Does seem a little bit like the guy ahead of us is a bit slower than we are. Could equally have damage, but we'll see how it goes. Good to see that move a mile off. SpongeBob SquarePants car, nice livery. Did see that move a mile off, so I was able to defend it, but I don't like knowing the fact that I have to defend myself now more than I would like to. It's not ideal. almost got an off-track penalty there. We were probably inches away from getting that there. Not close enough to gain anything there, but we have at least broken the toe from the guy behind. Ah, that was not ideal. Does look like he does brake quite early though. It is quite early on the brakes there. We can maybe utilise that hopefully better than the other guy did, Mr. Orange, because that was very aggressive there. I do appreciate how, well, it feels like my brakes are better than those in front of us and the other Aston Martins, but oh, I was a bit of downshift there. I upshifted. I would say that's how concentrated I am, but that's clearly not the truth there. I'll have to start making a move here soon. I imagine SpongeBob SquarePants is going to be back on my arse soon, so which is an interesting word I didn't expect to say today, but hey, anything is possible, I guess, in sim racing. Oh, so we almost did some synchronized spinning there. Guess we're both pushing as hard as each other at the moment. Does seem that braking is where I gain a lot on the guy in front. Although we may get a nice little slipstream here. We are within the 0.5, which is usually where it starts taking effect. There's no guarantees, and unfortunately it does look like we're actually going to not really gain much because we are slipstreaming the powerful, much more powerful car. Now let's see if he's going to brake early. He is braking early. I wasn't close enough to make a move though. I lost a lot of time there. That was not good. I lost so much time by doing that. And I followed him as well. I mean, the sad thing is that I'm not that much quicker than the guy ahead of us, so if we do manage to make a move on him, then he's just got equal opportunity to get us back again, which I'm hoping is not going to be the case. Well, there's Bunter is getting close again. Does look we were slightly closer this time than we were the previous lap, but not close enough to do anything again. We are unfortunately slipstreaming a car that has more power than we do, so we're kind of just going to have to wait for a braking point. But he does seem to brake quite early, which is a good sign for us. Nice lock up. He obviously broke as late as he was willing to there, to try and defend against us. Okay. Oh, might have been contact there. I apologise if there was him. I think there. It looks like he's got damage. Looks like there was contact there, so I have hit the poor guy. Didn't want to do that. Unfortunately, once again, I was following him and he locked up, and yeah. That was a bad mistake on my part. I do feel bad when I make contact, especially if it was something that I shouldn't have done. Braking quite early there. He's really been defensive. That was a much better exit out of there. Alright, we're gonna go for it. He's got more power than me, so the joys of having a car that has less power. Nah, couldn't do it. He closed the door. I mean, I could kind of understand why he's doing that because of that awful mistake I made earlier, but he's obviously not too best pleased considering that what I did and what Orange has done to him, but we don't want to make a move on him here. Don't mind him trying to get defensive because that'll be something, but unfortunately our battle here has invited SpongeBob into the party, and so it tells me he might not be as nice as I am. I tend to try and race as gentlemanly as possible, which often than not is to my detriment, but that's just my race style, that's my racecraft. I tend to try not to wreck people whilst others will just see a gap and lunge it even if they know they're not going to be able to make it. Way too early break in there. Has once again invited SpongeBob into the party. Very defensive. It is a bit unfortunate though that, well, it's an Aston Martin in front of us. We just do not have the straight line pace to overtake him, which is not ideal for us. I don't really have that much I can do. I have a plan. Couldn't quite do what I planned on doing there, but fortunately he's making it Aston as wide as he possibly can. That's what he needs to do. Yeah. I want to try and do the undercut there, but I just couldn't manage to get it. I mean, we are losing a lot of time battling here, but it is quite enjoyable. I am sort of quicker, but unfortunately I can't capitalise on my speed because he's just a quicker car. He has more power than I do. I mean, I'm quicker on the corners, but unfortunately I'm trying to set it up to make a dive bomb or at least make an overtake move, but I just can't do it because I just don't have the horsepower to keep behind him. I can get an amazing run out of the final corner, but it means nothing when effectively the guy ahead of us can just outline out. Whoa, damn it. Okay. Oh, SpongeBob's now here. Unfortunately, there's not much I can do about that. Does seem that I can go flat as a Porsche and the Astons can't, but that really upsets me. That was an awful mistake. I mean, he did exactly what he did. He was defending. Couldn't capitalise on my method I was trying to do there, I'm afraid. I was trying to make sure that he would go wide, which he did do, but unfortunately he came back on track there and I couldn't really run out as wide as I wanted to, so that move did not pay out. Again, if I was a bit more aggressive, I can and probably could make it work, but just don't want to wreck other people's races when they've been spending all that time on it. Probably I say it's probably not the right mantra to have, but that's just my mantra in it. I don't want to wreck someone. You know, we spent all this time trying to get here. We spent all the time like practicing, whether it be through just other sims or whatever. It's like to get to this level, it's quite a high split, so there's include some time in it. 1:43.9 is the fastest lap on here. Oh. I mean, the two Astons 100% can race each other, and that's upsetting. They can race each other in the sense of, if he gets a better exit on this corner, he can chase him up the straight. I can't do that. I do not have the ability to chase anyone up the straight. I mean, even in the draft of the car ahead of us, I can't gain anything. I know the draft effect in this sim is not amazing, but yeah. I mean, I tried it again. I tried the exact same move, but he got to that apex. Oh. I mean, I put pressure on him. He made a mistake. That's exactly what I kind of wanted him to do, but I hit the brake too early. We should have the better positioning for this next corner, so... Oh, he's squeezing. We're squeezing. Oh, okay. I don't know what more I could have done there, if I'm honest with you. That's what I could do. We both did the exact same thing. That's quite funny. And now he's going to lose another position if he doesn't do something drastic about it. He did. I mean, wasn't quite how I expected it to go, but it was enjoyable. There we go. Oh, that's the end of that. That wasn't too bad, actually. I did quite enjoy that. That was quite enjoyable. That was good. Fortunately, didn't get a high position. I mean, we got 13th position. Probably could have had P12, if I'm honest with you, but just the pace the people in front of us are very, very quick. But yep, I enjoyed that one. That was much more enjoyable than I thought it would be, considering it was that far down. But it was good. It was good. It was a good race. It was good. I would say clean. Maybe not that clean battling, but let's see what we got out of there. Again, lost a bit of driver rank. Don't care. Safety rank. Yeah, that's quite good. Where's the breakdown? I know we made contact a couple of times, which I'm not the proudest of, but yeah, there we go. I've lost another bar on the bronze, so that's not ideal, but it's just how it works. Did quite well on that. 2 invalid laps, and yeah, that's fair. Okay, well, that's actually not too bad. I'm quite happy with that, so I'm going to end it here.